Picture this: no hospital, no doctor, no nurse standing by, just a woman in pain, deep in a cave or out in open grassland, about to bring a new human life into a world that had no idea what a hospital even was. Now ask yourself, how did any of us make it this far? Childbirth today is one of the most monitored moments in modern medicine. Machines track heartbeats. Doctors are ready for complications before they even happen. But for most of human history, none of that safety net existed. And yet, generation after generation, ancient humans survived it again and again. So how did they actually pull it off? The truth is, alone didn't always mean truly alone. In most early human communities, childbirth was rarely a solo event. Older women, mothers, grandmothers, experienced female relatives often gathered around during labor. This wasn't tradition for tradition's sake. It was survival strategy. These women had seen birth before. They knew what a normal labor looked like, and more importantly, they knew what one was dangerous looked like. This early support system is actually where the very idea of a midwife comes from, long before it had a name, before it was a job title. It was simply the most experienced woman in the group, stepping in when it mattered most. But not every birth had witnesses. In smaller groups, or when labor came on suddenly while traveling or hunting, women sometimes did face it truly alone. And what's remarkable is how the body itself seemed prepared for exactly that. Ancient humans didn't understand hormones. They didn't know about oxytocin or adrenaline, but they understood something simpler, that fear could slow labor down and calm could speed it up. Many early humans intuitively sought dark, quiet, hidden places to give birth. Caves, dense brush, secluded corners away from danger. Not because they read it in a book, because instinct told them safety mattered more than anything else in that moment. Pain management, in the way we think of it today, didn't exist, but ancient humans weren't defenseless against it either. Certain plants were chewed or brewed to ease pain and calm the body. Positions mattered too. Squatting, kneeling, leaning against a tree or rock, postures that used gravity instead of fighting it. Modern medicine, interestingly, has circled back to some of these same techniques, calling them natural birthing positions, as if we rediscovered something our ancestors never forgot. Then there was the moment of birth itself, arguably the most dangerous few minutes a human could face without medical help. Blood loss, an umbilical cord wrapped the wrong way, a baby positioned incorrectly, any of these could turn deadly within minutes. This is, brutally, one of the biggest reasons early human mortality rates were so high for both mothers and infants. Ancient humans didn't have the tools to fix every complication, but they had something almost as powerful: pattern recognition, passed down from woman to woman, birth to birth. Which signs meant everything was fine, which signs meant something was wrong and needed immediate action. Cutting the cord with a sharpened stone tool, clearing a baby's airway, keeping a newborn warm against the mother's skin within seconds of birth. That last one, skin-to-skin contact, wasn't just comfort. It was quietly one of the most effective survival tools they had at the time. Long before science explained why it worked, ancient humans were already doing it, purely because it felt right. And here's the part that might surprise you. After birth, many early human communities treated the following days and weeks as sacred recovery time. The mother wasn't expected to immediately return to hunting or gathering. Other women in the group would step in, bringing food, tending the fire, caring for older children, protecting both mother and baby during the most vulnerable window of their lives. This wasn't softness, it was calculated survival. A community that protected new mothers protected its own future. So the next time you hear about a birth plan, a hospital bag, or a scheduled C-section, remember the instincts behind it all are ancient. The quiet room, the trusted hands nearby, the skin-to-skin contact in the very first seconds of life. We didn't invent the wisdom of childbirth. We just finally wrote it down.